It's a story behind this bunker gear. My first, I had to put it back together. It's a story behind this bunker gear, friends. I just want my friends to know I'm so appreciated of this bunker gear because stories are just leaping from out of me from this bunker gear. Now, I've had multiple bunker gears, but the first one is the special one. This is the one that you issue when you first come on the job. And you just so grateful to put it on and to go, and do the job. Honey, when I tell you some stories out of this bunker gear, they are ready to be told. Let me first begin by saying this much, friends. I appreciate you all. I really do. It's still the space to where about I encourage and I motivate. But oftentimes, I never really get into the story about this bunker gear that I've been wondering where it's been years. And the bunker gear so happened because I don't put stuff in the attic. It's Florida. Florida attics, at least mine, is not made for storing in the attic. And it was an incident that happened that allowed me to find this bunker gear because I had to have a completely what you call whole new ceiling in my garage area. So I'm out here today, working and everything, putting things back together. And so happened when the incident happened last week, came home, because I'm trying to get through this story real fast, was doing had a real estate event. Matter of fact, it was last Wednesday, but before then, I had to get to my insurance, had to come out of here and everything to see whether I had leaks going on. However, no leaks, no nothing wrong with the roof. So they said at that time, and I'm like, why is this bulge going on? And they were saying because of the shifting and things that can happen in your home for years. Follow me with this story. Lo and behold, when everything began to collapse, because the particular individual that came out to check things out told me if it collapses, it's going to collapse on the opposite side, and it did. Now, this particular firefighter gear, by me not getting up in no attic, and I say it like that because in Florida, you're really not supposed unless so that you can store things. You cannot store things in the attic. You should not. That's just my advice as being a life safety inspector, okay, working from out of the fire marshal's office, so I know what I'm talking about. So lo and behold, now, yes, my husband put this stuff in the attic and a bunch of more stuff. When I tell you, it was just don't do it, okay? You're talking to somebody that worked fire and rescue as a firefighter, life safety inspector, okay, for the state of Florida. My boots and my gear, what you looking at, I'm so happy that it did fall out and things because this helmet, it done went through some stories, honey. When I say story, it still got my maiden name, okay, of my last name because they put it in there, but now I come with the Velcro with your name and stuff. But what I'm getting at, that can be fixed. That this part here, But what I'm getting at, you think I'm not gonna get my stuff restored and have it sitting like it's a museum, honey? I thought this thing was going to glory. And then the boots, aren't them boots cute right there? Believe it or not, I don't know what's in these boots, and I don't even want to put my foot in them. But honey, these boots, baby, they done made some history and everything. That's why I will keep these particular boots and things and this bunker gear because they will be stories for my grandkids to understand that not only did your grandmother was a firefighter, she was a life safety inspector as well for this city, okay, that helped people and serve people and everything. Because sometimes, you got to have the information, okay, to show and to pass down as generational legacy so the children can know, who and what their grandmother did as well. I'm just speaking from my own self. So the bottom line of this particular, gear and things, and I'm gonna show you all if y'all never really a firefighter never showed y'all the gear. Pretty unique and things. And the guy who helped me move some of this stuff back, he said, do this stuff help you? It don't get burned. I say, baby, it's combustible. Anything can burn. But it's the protection, okay, that you have as you go into the fires and things. And of course, they have, I'm sure, up to date the gear and all of that, and that's my number on the gear, and that's my number stating that I am, the firefighter. and all of that. And if you go into a fire, if something happened to you, it's even on your helmet, you're able to see those things. Child, I don't know what may come out of these pockets from here. This is where about I would keep my oh my God. This is where about you seal your mask at, where about you actually put this over your completely head and face, and then you put on the mask and everything. Still in the pocket, neat and condition. I'm telling you, when I tell you, and it's still in good condition, this haven't been a 5-year run. Let me see what's in this other pocket, you all. I'm too excited. Oh my God. Y'all kidding me. Look, I even got my rope, honey. My rope. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. To worry about if I had to horse myself. You know what I mean? Oh my God. This stuff does so much. Y'all just don't even understand the stories, the stories that I got. Now, pay no attention to like I said, I got a whole pod going on. Because when I tell you my roof had took effect, I'm going to show y'all the pod. I'm moving stuff back in. I ain't got nothing to be ashamed for. I had a whole pod. Yeah, y'all see Christmas stuff and all that. This is the stuff that we're about. Now, that wasn't in the attic at all. It's just that it was bagged up because I didn't have any bins. And so I was neatly putting them back, together and everything. Some of this stuff probably more storage unit. But I had to get, like a mobile one. This is my Christmas stuff, you all. It's real neat, stacked, all these bags here. This is my Christmas stuff. This is my Christmas, and of course my pillows. I guess y'all see she got a whole lot of Christmas stuff. And I do, yeah. So yeah, that's my Christmas stuff. This a Christmas bag. That's something going on. That's something. But the moral of the story, let me just walk back. Oh my God. These boots right here, when I tell you that the whole bunker gear is a story, my goodness. When I say it's a blessing, it is a blessing to just see these particular whole bunker gear again. When I tell you God is good, God is so good. Because I actually thought that the bunker gear was completely lost. When I say lost, I couldn't figure it out. What happened to it, where it went at. And once again, I never store anything in the particular attic. So my thing is knowing that my husband had stored this stuff and other stuff. And when the attic did, it just came apart. And that was work that had to be done. And they did do it completely, the whole particular roof. So I'm just so grateful. I'm just so, happy and everything. And I just want my friends to know too that listen, I got to say something positive. Just continue to be kind to yourself and keep showing up. Because I be hearing so many different stories. And sometimes I have to tell my friends, because they ask me, they say, why you don't be moved by stuff? I say, it's not that I don't be moved by stuff, but I say, but when you don't work in the atmosphere of serving people, and I mean being who you are, and I'm a woman. Just let me say this much. I can't hide from that. During the time when I came on the job and things, it was challenges. They didn't want you there, okay? There were individual spirits that was on the job that was like that. So they tried to shut your story down so that you wouldn't live to be able to tell it. So if you survived and if you made it and if you're getting such a pension and being able, okay, now to live, okay, in a good manner because you weathered through some challenges. And during that time, when I say these boots tell some stories, oh my God, my God, my God, they do. They tell some stories to where that these boots that I wore, okay, to basically to walk in peace, light, and love, what I be talking about right now, that peace, light, and love, baby, that's an anchor that I had to hold on to. I had to pray in this gear. I had to ask God to walk me through. I had to ask God to be with me in this gear just to continue today. When I tell you, I'm just so happy and excited. I wasn't even trying to pick up this particular device and show anything, but something say share it with somebody because you always telling them what was your career and things, but share them the joy and the happiness because what you actually found and you just want to share it. But I want to tell, the younger generation and everything. Find your purpose in life if you haven't, and connect with it and pursue it and do all you can do to protect it. Because one day you'll have your own story that whereby you will be able to share, you will be able to encourage if you're not doing that right now. Because see, one thing about life, it positions you, okay? Not only to be great, but to be even better, okay? When I say better, better, because those wounds that you possibly may have went through, and somebody wanted you to feel as if you needed to be silent, you shouldn't tell your story. Keep living, okay? God gonna send you individuals in your life to whereby you're gonna be able to motivate them. Nothing stop you, no matter what may be going on right now in your life. I'm always encouraging individuals, if you have to seek out the help you need, whether or not it's through counseling or mentoring, do just that, because there are individuals that are waiting for you. Don't walk through this life alone besides your hand in God's hand, because sometimes the road may seem lonely, but if God got you on that path to walk alone, I get it. I understand it because I did them movements too. When God, I only just wanted to hear from God. But the thing, what I'm just trying to get to my friends right now and everything, don't give up. Change from the ways that need redirection. Because even in your latter years, and God knows I'm in my latter years right now, I am happy, okay? I'm happy to still be living. I'm happy to tell God thankful. But even if God allow you to live in your latter years, you'll still find yourself, okay, being able to get back up and knowing how to stay grounded. Because it's a lot, that may take effect in anybody's life. But when you know how to stay grounded and come with your stories that can benefit somebody in life, what this bunker gear benefit, okay, to me is that there are so many stories that I wore this bunker gear. This is how, and this is what put food in my mouth, okay, food on the table, was being able to bless my family and everything. This right here, I know it's a lot of entrepreneurs going on, but when they say, get a job, well, my job was in the community. My job was serving and saving lives. Like I said, I just don't talk the talk, but I walk the walk, what I'm saying. And I know a lot of individuals, they don't like my spirit sometimes, not all, but just the ones, who try to come up on me, because God still give me strength in my latter years. And I really truly believe it's the strength and the power that any of us can walk in and everything. Because your strength and power, you will be able to connect with it and you will be able to persevere. I just want to encourage somebody today, continue to persevere. If something find you to say that there are so many levels and blessings in you, stop for a moment and think about it. What have God done for you in your life? What have you recently found that brought back some good memories and it left a message to you and to say that, listen, God can supply all your needs, because all of this that you seeing, baby, that wasn't nothing but a God supplied need. I prayed. I done told my friends the testimony, how God blessed me, how I asked God for this career. I told that story. It's a true fact. It's no lies behind it. And one thing about, I will say, and I'm just talking from a woman, and the men got their own testimony, but when you run into a female firefighter, baby, let me tell you something. That sister, that woman, or that lady, okay, a young lady, however the name may go, because listen, my sister female firefighters understand this is not a walk to where about we just get to, say we're on the job and then we don't go through no issues. First of all, you got to basically prove yourself that you can even be on the job. But with that being said, we become strengthened by the things that we are put through. Do you hear me? That's why it's so much unity, okay? And that power of knowing, when you get wise enough to say, not only is you wearing the gear, you are a motivator, you are an encourager. I don't need to go no places to say I need to go to school for this or go to school to that to motivate. As long as you putting on this gear right here, or whatever gear you may be putting on. But I'm talking about the sisters that served. okay, in this fire and rescue and responding in the spaces that you had to go in, you know that that motivation came from within. Even if you had them days, baby, that you felt like that, I don't know how I'm going to make it, but this too shall pass. I just wanted to leave my friends with this. I want every friend to be blessed. And I want to leave my friends with this. God, no matter where they may be at, bless their heart, their mind, and their soul. Bless whatever they may be doing. Bring back a remembrance unto them, God. Even the path that they went on, God, even as these boots are, remember, let them know, God, when they get tired, you know how to carry them. Let them know that it's prosperity in them, in their life. Let them know that it's motivation, it's encouragement, and most of all, God, let them know, God, that you meet them right where they at, and there are individuals that they got to keep on serving, God. Oh, God, go on and bless somebody with this message. All right, friends, I want all of my friends to have an amazing day. Remember to thumbs up the video, to subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to keep coming with motivation and encouragement, even in my latter years. I just want my friends, because somebody got some still living mothers, grandmothers, aunties, uncles, and things. You know, somebody got somebody in their life, because I don't care where you at. You didn't get here alone to say that you didn't have a family, then from a family, even if you was adopted. However, there was somebody along the way, okay, that made sure that you had some shelter and everything. There was somebody along the way, because see, I'm feeling in the spirit, oh my God. Somebody may want to tell me that I don't know, my mama wasn't right, my dad and all that, but let me tell you something, God kept you covered. God kept you covered. We all got a story to tell. And matter of fact, I'm going to tell you something on this. Come through, Holy Ghost. I had to listen to my father before he passed. And he had to tell me, daughter, I did the best that I can do right where I was at. Because I had to remember he took me back. I came up during the time when it was a time when the founders was black and white. When it was a time to where about, it wasn't freedom as you got it. So based on everything that I did, coming from out of that mental mindset, okay, of that slave mentality from his parents and things, he said, baby, I did the best that I can do in order to put what you call legacy in you and to speak life and to let you know, go and be great. We'll say with those type of words, when people can own their truth and to be true, sometimes you listen to your elders, okay, even when you know that their life was tore up. But then one day when that light get turned on in them, then them stories like this bunker gear that just came to me, them stories begin to fall. Then you got to be in that forgiving state. You got to have some grace and mercy, not just only you asking God for it for yourself. You got to have it for others, okay? Because you never know what people done went through. And you never know the grounds that they done walked on, just as well as you seeing them dusty, rusty, okay, crusty boots, okay, that landed me where I'm at. And I am happy, okay, to continue to encourage somebody, because I know that many need to be encouraged. They do. It ain't nobody mad but the devil. So we going to go on and we going to pray and we going to bless. Keep your light on, your spiritual light, and continue to be great. My friend says, thank you, Gigi, and another friend say, you stay blessed. Likewise, friends, I send you peace, light, and love, okay? Go tell some more friends. Gigi done found her boo child, and she's so happy. Yes, I am. All right, y'all. Keep your notifications on. You know I like to come early in the morning, giving motivation and encouragement. But y'all can see, honey, I got a whole nother attitude because of these boots. And then I got to finish up in this garage, okay? I've been out here since early this morning, but I'm pressing through it. All right, friends. Love